Hello, and welcome to Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. And now, with all due humility and deference, I would like to have the honor of introducing that intrepid, the sage for our times, the incomparable Voice of Doom. Okay, thank you, Mr. Announcer, but I think it's getting a little sarcastic there. I don't want to go back to where we were before. Let's just kind of keep it simple. I was going to talk about some more personal stuff regarding dying and dealing with it. It's kind of a deep subject, and it's something that I'm going to think about a little bit more because what I want to do today is just kind of finish up the logistics of helping someone die. Because that's helpful, that's practical stuff you can take and you can, use. Stuff that's coming up is going to be good life lessons, but it's personal, and I want to kind of do it together. I don't want to chop it up. So I'll finish up the logistics. Now the logistics. I talked about having the room set up with the shelves and having lots of ice and making sure that what's going to happen is, oh, I really want cantaloupe and peaches, and that's all I really want right now. So you go out and buy a whole bunch of cantaloupe and peaches, and then next thing you know, well, I really want cottage cheese and crackers. You buy a whole bunch, you give her a whole bunch, and it's like she eats 2 bites, and then, and then she wants something else. So it's like, okay, cottage cheese and crackers. You give her the cottage cheese and crackers. And you got the medications next to her, and you got pain pills, and you got CBD, you got morphine and a little syringe ready to go if she gets in bad pain. And the hospice people and the nurses are coming by every so often, and like pretty often. I mean, as long they would do whatever we needed. If I needed them, they'd come. But it's mostly like a lady would come and help her with a shower, and that got to be harder and harder every time she came. And sometimes you say, I don't want her to come because it's going to be too hard to get out of bed. And then you're helping her to go to the bathroom because you have to lift her up, and it's like, she's like, you got to pull on my arm to help me out of bed. And it's like, well, your bones. I mean, I'm going to snap your arm, and then we're going to be in even more trouble. She's like, no, just pull hard and get me, and it's all, adjust my pillows. I got to have the pillows this way. No, that's not comfortable. No, that's not. Well, it's not comfortable because you have no flesh left on your body. So that's why it's not comfortable, because how are you going to get comfortable when your spine is hitting the cushion or whatever? I mean, it's like, it's just deteriorating. So, more logistics. Gotta always be organized, because you're going to start going crazy because you're going to have so much to do every day, you won't be able to keep your mind straight. So you got to have a folder, and you got to have phone numbers right there, and you might have to write them down somewhere else. You write down everybody's social security number, everybody in the house, because you never know when these bureaucrats want somebody's social security number, and they want the income of your son that he made 3 years ago or whatever. I mean, social security is back in 1957 as far as technology and being able to be organized. They need to be totally, rebuilt from the bottom up. And it's not what it was supposed to be in the first place. I'll get into that next, other times. Because all these social programs have gone awry. But I wanted to say, you get to like the month or two, and it's like, she's screaming. And she's screaming out at me, and it's like, okay, well, I need ice water. And then it's like, we finally go to the doctor, and they give her a prescription for warfarin for her, you know, thrombosis, which is a blood thinner. Unfortunately, she has an open wound on her breast. So I go to the whatever, and it's like, I need warfarin. It's like, okay, that'll be $695. And it's like, well, for a month's worth. And then I'm thinking, well, now we're getting to the point where we're going to be up against it, face first against the wall with somebody pressing their hand against our head. And it's like, well, I got to figure something out. So, I mean, it's amazing what you can do when you have to, because I was kind of at a loss of what to do. And it's like, well, I'm going to go online and see about these stupid ass pharmaceutical discounts and whatever I can find. And finally, I figured I can get some substitute generic. Go to Walmart. I mean, it's kind of funny in a way, because I told her the medicine for her thrombosis will be $695 a month. And so she's like in despair. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to go check out some stuff. And I go to Walmart with some discounts and whatever and some cards or whatever. And it's like, oh, I have a generic version of warfarin for like $9. It's like, say what you want about Walmart. I'm never going to put them down, ever. And it's like, I get it, and I'm so happy, and I take it back, and it's like, well, how much was the prescription? And I said, it was really expensive, and it's like, how much? And I go, $9, and he's like, I hate it when you do that, because I like to be deadpan and make like everything's bad. But it was nice. We got the warfarin substitute, and she took it, and the next day she bled out. And it was a panicky thing, because she'll scream at me because she needs ice in her water. And then she'll scream at me, and I walk in there, and she's bleeding out. She's standing up, and blood is gushing. And I'm like, now what? So, clean up a lot of blood, and I call the nurse and say she took the warfarin substitute generic, and she's bleeding out. And it's like, well, don't take it anymore. So now we realize we're in a real pickle, because she can't take the warfarin to get her arm, get the blood clots out of her arm, and she's got untreated breast cancer with mass and all this stuff. So we know we're in a bind. And now I'm going to say a little more logistics, because it's very helpful. Once she realizes that she's going to scream no matter what it is. She's going to scream if she's bleeding out. She's going to scream if she needs ice in her water. She's going to scream if her cottage cheese got warm. It could be anything. It's going to be a scream, and then you never know. It's like, I can relax for 2 or 3 seconds, and then I'm just nodding off, and then, and then, all right, it could be anything, and I'm running thinking that she might be on the floor, she might be anything. It's like, well, I need you to make me something to eat. It's like, you were screaming your lungs off. You're scaring the shit out of me. So you need walkie-talkies. I would get it the minute you know anything's going to be like you're going to take care of somebody in bed. Get walkie-talkies. Go to Radio Shack, but go somewhere. Go on Amazon. I don't give a crap. Walkie-talkies are cheap. Your little thing that you put to charge them up with, and you got to keep them charged, otherwise it's useless. And she has a walkie-talkie, and I got a walkie-talkie. You got to go everywhere with the walkie-talkie, otherwise she's screaming through the thing, and I'm not listening. So you need the walkie-talkie. She won't be able to use her phone after a while. You need her phone. You need medicines. You need just little things that you just need at hand. So what you need is what I call a death kit. And I know it's crass, but it's a death kit. And it's a little caddy. I don't care how you make it. You can make your own out of plastic or wood. But it's a caddy, and it has everything. It has the walkie-talkie. It has your phone. It has a little pad with maybe all the phone numbers that you need right away, maybe a little one of those little note things. It has a syringe, it has whatever you need, whatever you think is really essential. It says, it can't have ice in it. I mean, you could maybe rig it up, but I mean, you need something to carry around so that you're not like, where's the walkie-talkie? Where's my phone? You're going to lose your mind. So you may as well be organized, because then when you lose your mind, you'll know where everything is. Because I'm telling you, you're going to lose your mind. So, death kit, that's one of the main logistics. And basically, you're going to be falling asleep and just about nodding off, and that walkie-talkie will be screeching, and then suddenly, get over here, Tony, come. And it's like, she didn't call me Voice of Doom. I just adopted that, nickname. But at any rate, the walkie-talkie is going to just screech because it has this little button that makes you say, and then it makes it go, Rah! So I'm dreading that because I know I'm just nodding off. Rah! I need some ice. I need, some juice. I need some more medication. I need morphine. It's always, and then that's when it's good. It's like, okay, good. I can get up and do that. But it's like, I'm bleeding out. I'm in pain. I can't take it. You hear these things like, you got to get over here and help me. And it's like, I get over there to help her. And it's like, how can I help you? And it's like, well, I'm in pain and I need help. And it's like, well, you adjust pillows constantly. I would buy like 50 pillows almost, because, I mean, you could get every kind of shape and configuration, because the person is like a skeleton in the bed. And I'm going to leave the logistics there. I think I said enough. And if anything occurs to me, I'll throw it in. But the next episode or two is going to be a bit more, I don't know, it's just going to be ironic, and it's going to be sad, and it's going to be a lot of things come to the forefront when death is your constant companion. And that sounds weird. That sounds like a song from some death rock group, but death comes, you're on the cusp. It's a weird feeling. I can't explain it, but when you're kind of in the situation where life and death is right there, it's kind of a preternatural situation. Go back to my other episodes to figure what that means, but I mean, a lot of things happened and they were weird, and some things were explained later, but at the time they were weird. And when you think that death is in the house, and you really think death is in the house, weird things happen, and your mind does weird things. So I'm going to leave it at that. The next 2 episodes or so are going to be interesting and personal. And I said I was going to bare my soul to the universe, so I'm going to do it. I hope it's preserved for the future, because I think it's important. And I hope other people can find it important, because I think what I've said is going to help if they find themselves in this stupid crap that I did, that we did. And I'm sincere. I want to help, because I want to set myself up for the next lifetime, because I haven't done a whole lot. I've been a good person, but I haven't really done anything great like my kid wanted me to do. So I want these videos to be great, and I want people to watch them because it's important. And it's not self-serving, and I'm not trying to get sympathy. I mean, I'm happy, but I want to tell the story because it's still fresh, and maybe I can tell it correctly. And it's not over when it's over, because there's still more. So this 2020 could go to 2021. It could be like 4 to 5 or 6 more episodes. But it kind of ties in with the way the society is, and then I'll get back to ranting and raving and being sarcastic about how the government is totally effed up and everything like that. So I'm going to leave it at that, and next time it's going to get a little more deep. Good night, everybody.